What is going on, everybody? I think it's like week negative 33 for the football season right now. We're early.
Yeah, this is super early. This is super early. I honestly, I thought this was gonna be. I thought we were gonna be talking about like soccer or something. I was like, "There's no way we're drafting football right now."
No, we're drafting, sir. We are drafting. We started drafting in February, which is mind blowing.
Was your first show? Was the first Spike Week for the new year? Was this? Was it like before the Super Bowl? Were you like drafting pre Super Bowl?
Yeah, dude, we were drafting before Super Bowl even came. We were drafting like 2-3 weeks before the Super Bowl, so we
That's
were
incredible.
firing drafts already.
Never too early.
Well, best ball got really big over the summer last year, and like they were filling contests quicker than they thought they were gonna.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, it's gonna be big next year. Like I thought drafting in May was crazy early last year, and now we're drafting February, March. Like,
you know what? Fuck it, dude. Let's start drafting for next year. Let's start drafting for the 2023 season, dude.
Yeah.
Underdog's gonna be rolling out like rookie contests for like kids that are in high school right now.
just top prospects. The top prospects board. It's gonna be amazing. So we were just talking because you've been doing a lot of stuff with NBA Top Shot since it debuted, and that's been awesome. I've been watching that any chance I can get. I'm so happy for you that whole thing. But it's funny because me and Mike have known each other for 10 years, maybe longer.
Dude, I feel like it's probably longer than that. I feel like because I've been in New York for 7+, and I feel like we knew each other. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then we've known each other for way more than 10 years. Then.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the poker days, dude. Back during the poker grind.
Back when we were grinding poker all the time. Still grinding some poker here and there. But yeah, me and Mike, we used to do. You want to talk about being early to something? Me and Mike were doing live streams.
It's true.
In like 2015.
That's true. I'm like, because occasionally I will Google myself because I do some comedy and stuff, and I'm like, oh, did anything get picked up recently? And one of like the things that pops up first all the time is Stack and Smash Radio.
Oh, really? You still can find that?
That live stream still pops up from because it was a live. Where were not the Greatest Bar? Where was that?
It was the Greatest Bar.
It was the Greatest Bar.
Yeah, because we knew one of the owners was part of Dirty Water News, and we were doing stuff for Dirty Water News, and and that was back when like trying to set up a live stream was like we were cavemen. We were trying to figure stuff out, things weren't working, and now all you got to do is hop on StreamYard and boom, you're there.
You no longer have to go to a bar to do it, which I think is really good.
Right. That's definitely the key. Not driving into Boston.
I like now too, you're trying to do a live stream. You're like, let me make sure the acoustics are good. The audio's good. I need a good mic. Like, hey, turn all the TV and the lights down, whatever. Back then we're like, let's go to a bar on Friday night. Like that's like peak.
That's the night they want us live streaming a podcast.
Yeah. I need everyone to see what they're missing out live at home and like get them here.
Let's do it on Friday night at the Greatest Bar, right on Friend Street, right outside the Garden. That people are going to be so stoked that the music's not playing. They're not able to dance. I
still remember this show, like because something like traumatic happened to me on the way to that live stream, and I was like bullied by some high school kids on the train. I remember I took like the green line over there, and I remember some kids were like getting in my face about something, and I was like, dude, I'm like 29, 28 at the time. I'm like, why are these 16-year-olds fucking up my life?
It's always, dude, I swear, I mean, this is a very local chat, but every time you go into Boston to go do something on a Friday or Saturday night, it just always turns into a shit show.
Yeah. No. That's why I live there. I don't think if I had to travel there, I don't think I would have done it ever.
Yeah, it was, oh my God, it was so awful. So let's talk about you real quick, because you've been killing it over the last year with the NBA Top Shot stuff.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
What drove you to, I mean, I know you've always been into basketball, but was the art of collecting, what was it that drew you to it?
I think it felt a little bit like gambling, honestly, and I think that it was like this idea, it could scratch the poker itch a little bit, where I felt like I was using the information that I had from like my basketball knowledge, and I was able to make plays based on what I thought. I thought just like people were incorrectly valuing stuff. So that's what like was intrigued me by it. I mean, it's weird though. I was never really a collector. That was never really, I mean, I was when I was a kid, like I would get baseball cards and basketball cards and stuff, but like, you know, after like 14, I don't think I did that again. So it was a little bit of that. I mean, it was also like mid-pandemic. So I think I was just like looking for anything to take up my time. Right. And then it turned into like content stuff on YouTube because I do comedy in New York, and because of the pandemic, I wasn't doing a lot. I couldn't like get out there and do a ton of shows. And I was like, okay, well, this will at least distract me, you know? And if it turns into something cool, and if it doesn't, we can make fun of it later. And like a year later, we're still arguably wasting a ton of time, but who knows?
No, man, I still tune in whenever I can. I work those hours that you're usually on, but like today I snuck in there for a half hour and just checked it out. There. Yeah, so I'm very happy for you to be able to do something like this. For me, I started with Top Shot because I heard everybody talking about it. Other people were talking about it, and I've always been a collector. Like I don't know if it's like a mental thing, but for me, I'm always collecting something.
Yeah, well, and because you're big into like sports merch too, right? Like you were collecting a lot of signed autographs. I mean, signed autographs, the same fucking thing. Like autographed helmets. I remember you were big into that for a little. Are you still doing that? Are you still collecting those?
Yeah. No, I still have my helmets. I've got. Let's see if I can even show them on stream. So
there we go.
Yeah, so like I got my Brady, I got my Edelman. I got like 20 helmets right now, but that started because of the pandemic. I was never gonna get into. But I started because that was gambling, and it was doing these sports breaks where you got like assigned teams and stuff. So I won that Tom Brady helmet for $80.
That's incredible.
And you know, those are worth $3,000.
Yeah.
So
have you messed around with the NFL All Day at all? The football version of Top Shot?
It's funny you ask, because that's what I was going to bring up next. I was going to ask you what your thoughts on NFL All Day are.
Yeah. Was there a second part? Sorry, did I cut you off?
No, I was just going to share my collection while we.
Here we go. What are we looking at here? A little Minshew mania?
Yeah, I ended up pulling. I pulled, I think, 4 packs. I got one of the big legendary packs a couple weeks ago, so it wasn't as bad as your legendary pack. I was watching that stream.
Oh, that Super Bowl pack,
buddy. I am sorry for you.
Did you know who Lil J Humps was?
Yeah, of course.
I'm almost. I can't tell if I'm. I know I can tell. I think I'm pretty embarrassed by myself because I do grind DFS. Like I think I'm more in the basketball streets than the football streets, but I put an enormous amount of money into football every week. And I did not know who Lil J Humpin', I've been calling him. I did not know. And I'm sure I've rostered him on a showdown slate, but I was like, who is this man?
Yeah. The greatest name ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew, but then you pulled like every defensive player possible.
I'm zagging, man. Everyone's like, quarterbacks, Brady, Mahomes. I'm like, what about Andrew Whitworth? What about offensive linemen, huh? Walter Payton, Man of the Year. All right, where's that badge?
Yeah, so for me, I don't know what we're doing with All Day, because it doesn't. I mean, I never expected it to do what Top Shot was doing.
Yeah.
But does it feel like it's not even hitting the levels that we thought it was going to hit?
So I think it will. I just don't think we're there yet. So part of the, for those that don't know, with Top Shot, when it had been open for a little bit, or open for like people had been collecting for a little bit, but not a lot of people knew about it. Not a lot of people were into it. So like all of the supply was out there, but just for like 30 people. And so what ended up happening is a lot of people made a ton of money, which is very exciting. But they were like, if we're going to open up a new product, we want to make sure we're like spreading it out to people who are already into it, because they knew they were going to open it up. So they only like released a little bit of the product. And so I think what's happening right now is that everyone's just kind of waiting and seeing. They're like, I want to wait until more of the supply gets out. And they've got a big drop that's actually tomorrow. I think they're doing a $49 and a $249 drop. And I think a lot more of the supply is going to come out. Like all of the Tom Brady's are going to be out. The
really?
debuts of Tom Brady's are going to be. So then like we're going to know what the prices are I think we'll have like a better idea of what the prices are going to be. And you're already seeing it. Like Tom Brady's gone all over the place, but now I think it's settling around $400.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it's going to get there. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. And then if they introduce like a fantasy element to it, I feel like that is when shit gets weird, you know?
That would be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've grabbed a few things. I've only anything I have is from a pack. I have not really scoured the marketplace too much.
Yeah.
So I got pretty lucky early. I pulled this Travis Kelce rare. And
there you go. That's nice.
A regular pack. And my Super Bowl pack was the McLaurin rare, but nothing overly crazy. This number 88 Indianapolis Colts defense is fun.
Yeah, that is fun. That is fun. I like the McLaurin one. I just think a lot of the stuff isn't priced where it's supposed to be yet. And like the only one that was like priced really high. I was lucky enough to land a Pat Mahomes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's like a rare debut too. So, but there's 899 of them, but only 90 were actually available. So it was like priced wrong. So I ended up selling it, and then I'm planning on buying it back because it was going for like $3,000. And I'm like, yo, there's all of the supplies not out yet. It's gonna come way down. It's gonna come way down. So yeah, it's like Wild West in the marketplace, and I just don't think.
Well, do you think that like some of the Top Shot stuff helped you? We'll get into the draft we're going to do in a minute, but
yeah,
so we were messaging each other a ton like last February, I think it was, especially when the Cool Cat stuff was happening on Top Shot.
Yeah,
and mistakes were made by me specifically.
But I also this reminds me of poker where you only remember your losses, because I specifically remember you like cashing out on top like 3 or 4 times.
Don't worry. I made my money. I sold that LaMelo for 4,900. So.
Yeah, that's now worth like 900, right?
But I learned my lesson from the Cool Cats thing. Yeah. I bought the second drop of Cool Cats. Like I bought all 5. I think it was like the Hero series, if I recall correctly.
That was really bad. Everybody it was a bloodbath.
But we could have sold them for so much towards the end. And I held for that Anthony Davis moment. I'm like, no, because this is going to be worth even more if I hold for Anthony Davis. And
right. We did bad math.
We did very bad math, but it was my learning experience. So I think like I'm trying to take some of my Top Shot knowledge and implement it into this. And I just don't know how much of it's going to, cross over to this one.
No, I think it will. I mean, I think normally like that with the Patrick Mahomes, I think normally I would not have sold that, but because of everything that's happened in the last year plus, I was like, this feels like I know that the circulation is going to come out and the price is going to come back down. And I think it is. I think I sold it for $2,900 and it's down to like $1,700 or $1,600. Maybe it came back up to 2,000, and then a bunch more are going to come out tomorrow. And, so I normally I wouldn't have done that. I'd be like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, this is the best one you could get. It's his first moment on the site. This is going to go for $250,000. And I think sometimes we just get caught up being like, we want to make the absolute most amount of money when like sometimes it's just like pretty good to make money.
Right.
No,
I hear you, man. So like, I love the product, especially the all day product. The Top Shot, I've fallen off it a little bit. They've made some choices that I particularly don't like that we won't start talking to, but they really got me with the WNBA stuff. That's when
that's what killed it for you?
Yeah, the WNBA stuff, because that was a collection that I was actually holding on to for a while. I had everything, and then I can't remember the specifics. It was something about like
I remember. I know exactly what we're talking about. It was they made a moment seem as a legendary that wasn't a legendary. They like messed up the wording, and then it was like really expensive, and then you no longer could complete the set unless you had like $2 million. It was like, no.
So Tandy Time is here to ask why they used a photo of Mike with enormous bags under his eyes.
Dude,
for the promo.
It was so funny. Because I was like, oh, I wonder if you tweeted this out. Let me go find it and retweet it. And I did. And that photo, yes, it does have enormous bags. But I also think that's the coloring a little bit. But I think that was from a sketch I did that was Michael Bublé releases an album right after visiting Boston and he starts going by Mikey Bubla. I'm almost positive that's what it is. I'll have to find that afterwards. Because that was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. That's Mikey Bubba.
Well, you definitely nail the Boston accent and all your stuff that you do, and I love it every
pony,
time.
baby.
We do it on our other show all the time too. So
yeah.
All right, let's jump into this draft so that I don't end up keeping you the entire night. And get ready. So if you want to draft with us, you can. Oh, are we already full? We only need 3. So that's
there we go. That's pretty good.
So when you were drafting because you did some best ball last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were you finding were the constructions that you liked the best for you?
Do you know, I did a really bad job because I didn't get in. I didn't do the work that I normally do to like prepare. And then I panicked because I was like, oh, all of these are going to fill. So I need to fire. So I found myself with some like dog shit constructions where I was like 7 rounds in and I'm like, there's no path to success here. We're just like spraying and praying the rest of the way out. But I don't want to step on Overzet's toes, but I feel like I've been 0 running back since like the age of 2, where we just want as many wide receivers as I can. And I want to find as many stacks as I can. And that truly probably it's cost me a lot of money. Like I just refuse to draft running backs until as late as possible. So that's
we're starting with the 8th spot. So for me, it all depends. I just kind of let the draft come to me. Usually I'm not going to I don't know if you were able to catch the show last week. I had Carson on the show.
I caught a little. Yeah.
Yeah. And I made him draft running backs. So it was not fun for him.
No, I'm excited because I really, this is really so new for me. Like to be drafting in March, his free agency hasn't even kicked off yet. Like we don't even know who's there's 7 teams that don't have quarterbacks. Which honestly, if I was ever going to have an edge, it's now because no one has an edge.
Well, that's the other thing about this particular draft, which this is probably my last one because this thing is about to be full.
Yeah.
There's no real ADP change. The only guy whose ADP has actually swung a ton that I've noticed is Odell's because he got hurt in the Super Bowl.
Oh, right.
So other than him and obviously Tom Brady was up higher and then he retired and that dropped Gronk. But for the most part, guys, ADPs are just staying, and it's, not these 4 or 5 month long ones where the ADPs are starting to do this and all kinds of stuff. And so
looking at this right now, it obviously it makes sense that Taylor's 1, McCaffrey's 2, and then Henry's 4. To me though, those just feel like crazy. I mean, not gambles. They're not gambles, but McCaffrey plays 2.5 games a year, and he's really good for those 2.5 games a year. But that's it. And if you're doing that with your first pick, he better be super, super good right. And I feel like there's way more paths to failure than to success. Maybe that's recency bias too. But I mean, I feel like he's been hurt as much as he's been healthy.
Well, he's been definitely hurt the last 2 years. It's been a problem. It's just what he gives you if he's not hurt.
Right.
If he's not hurt, he's the number 1 period.
Yeah.
And the only reason why he's not at the number 1 over Taylor is because of that injury.
Because he's been hurt.
Yeah. So but if he's not hurt next year, there's nobody better in fantasy than CMC. But to your point, the injury is scary, and also the new coaching staff could be scary as well. We are on the clock. We have Najee on board. We have Tyreek Hill. We have Devontae. Is there anyone you'd be leaning towards here?
I feel like I'm taking Devontae here.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I don't know where you talk to me. How do you feel?
Well, Devontae, if he goes back to Green Bay and Rodgers goes back, then he's going to move up the board.
Yeah, and I think he is.
I mean, it just all signs seem to be that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, they need each other.
Yeah, but he's going wherever Rodgers goes, I would assume. That I can't imagine that it's going to be that they're going to.
They're like stepbrothers.
Yeah, basically.
Hello, Miss Lady.
The only way they're not is if Rodgers retires, and I don't think that dude's going to retire just
I don't think so either.
He
needs to make sure he's in the spotlight.
Like I said, he's pretending he's a monk right now or something. Yeah. But he's, oh my God, our own Eric Beimfohr is in this draft, and I didn't even notice. This isn't
bad
fair.
news. Bad news.
He knows that when you draft with streamers, you get an edge. So I guess that's why he's in here. Yeah. So I think Devontae is one of those great pickups late in the first round. I think he was creeping front of the second earlier, but
that's nuts.
But he's like a fifth, like he should be the 5th, 6th overall once we know where it's going on with him. He's not, and my other thing is he's not going to go to a worse situation.
Right. I'm just glad we didn't take Najee.
So buying for a starter, Javonte Williams. Let's hope he goes another RB so that we can just scream at him for the rest of our lives.
So
he takes Deebo Samuel, so he does take 2 RBs.
There we go. That's right. So all right. So who are you looking at right now with 17? Like, where are you? Are you?
So if we went Devontae, I'm not a Dalvin Cook guy for the most part. Kamara, everyone knows that I don't like him. Swift, I'm not. I don't like Swift. So for me, it's going to be if AJ Brown or CD are there, or even DK Metcalf. So for me, it'd be whichever one you were in. I mean, it's AJ Brown.
No, yeah, let's go AJ.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams is like a great start. So the one thing I will tell you about these drafts, I'll just go ahead and take them because we'll have some time. What's different right now and what's going to change going forward is quarterback.
Okay.
Quarterback, you have to take by like round 8 at this point. You have to get one, or you are kind of locked out of the top end of the quarterback market. And then you're starting to look at basically there's like a Kirk Cousins break where like Jalen Hurts is usually the last one to go. And then you're looking at Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill. And then you're like, oh, well, now do I just wait and take 3 quarterbacks? Derek Carr, like that whole.
There's a lot of Kirk Cousins buzz this week.
Is there?
I read one thing. They were like, oh, they're reconnected. They got Zimmer out there. They reconnected him with the guy who found the Cousins magic to begin with. I'm trying to think of anyone who's made money doing less
than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard pressed to think anyone that has. He's never won you any money either. That's the other thing with Kirk Cousins.
I feel like I've had good Cousins weeks. I've rostered him too much.
You have good Cousins weeks, but he doesn't just ever hit that total smash spot. He's just like incapable of going nuclear.
Yeah, he'll almost get to nuclear and he'll turn it over in the
and then zone. he'll do something dumb. Yeah. And it's obnoxious to watch. So
that's definitely happened where I've been close to a takedown and then he throws a pick 6.
Yeah. I've been like that with Cousins myself. I mean, I just don't want him as like my first quarterback on a season long grind of a team.
We taking fucking Mac Jones with our next pick. What are we doing there?
Yeah, right away, right in the 3rd. We'll just stack all. I mean, I will say the one Patriot that I have been taking a ton of is
N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry. I mean, we took the equivalent of N'Keal Harry with AJ Brown. I mean,
that's true.
Patriots they were the same guy.
I made a stupid joke over you. Who was the Patriot you've been taking?
Hunter Henry.
Oh, okay. I like Hunter Henry.
So he's like a tight end break for me where if I already have a tight end, like if I have Kyle Pitts or if I have George Kittle or if I any of those top tier guys, that basically goes down to like Goddard / Hawkinson. I like to take Henry as my second and be done. But the flip side is if Henry ends up being my first, I'm generally trying to do 3 tight ends at that point. So
you got to take a couple dart throws.
Right.
Ooh,
so we're on the clock.
What are we doing here?
Well, we've got some fun stuff on board. I like Deontay Johnson, obviously. DJ Moore is a ton of fun.
Yeah. Scary Terry?
Scary Terry's fun if he gets a quarterback. We have Kittle on board too.
Yeah. I think I like Scary Terry the most. I don't know why. I just like imagine if he gets a quarterback.
I think he's fine even if he doesn't get a quarterback. I mean, it's not ideal to have Heineke, and it wasn't great. And
was Fitzmagic alive? Where's he?
Supposedly he's going to be back in Buffalo. That's rumor.
Because he was in the stands, right? He's like a Buffalo fan.
Fine Four is in the chat. Eric Fine Four, our very own from Spike Week, says it's robust RB season after starting running back with his Javonte Williams and
Debo, right?
And Debo.
Jesus Christ, Debo. So who did we get? We've gone. Oh, sorry. What were we going to say? Fun fact.
The fun news about Javonte Williams is the Denver Broncos are talking about bringing back Melvin Gordon.
What are we doing? I have speaking of NFL all day, I have a Melvin Gordon rare, and I can't give it away. I've been trying.
I saw some of these players they put as rares, man, and I was just like, what are we doing with that guy as a rare?
I get a Xavier Howard rare for a pick 6 on the Patriots. Sold that shit. Got rid of that.
Gotta get rid of that.
I don't need that in my life.
Can't have that nonsense.
You think he's taking Akers here?
Oh my God, Fine for do it.
Ridley.
Come on, Ridley.
What team is Ridley going to be on?
I think he's not going to be on Atlanta. I think he's going to get traded, and I want him to go to Chicago. I think that's the most fun spot for me.
That would be fun.
That's what I'm looking at.
I like that. All right, we're almost up, huh?
Yeah. So
we probably got to take somebody that's not a wide receiver.
I mean, we don't have to, but if you wanted to take a running back.
Neither of those.
Neither of these guys. For me, it'd be Zeke in the 4th round. I mean, we know they're just going to commit to him again.
And he can just get us like 4 or 5 points a week. Just grind it out, dude. Grind it out.
Other than that, we could go quarterback. We could take Lamar Jackson, try to stack him later.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate Lamar there. Lamar. Who's the other quarterback? Herbert? Oh, no, he just got taken. Yeah, Lamar. I don't hate Lamar there.
Let's do it. Let's take Lamar.
This is an upside team, okay? We're not playing for 3rd place.
Not at all. And Lamar, for me, I mean, like, you don't need to stack Lamar. I mean, I would love to, like, get Hollywood or Bateman to go with him, but he's just the kind of guy that, like, I'm not going out of my way to get the stack for him.
Yeah.
Especially because Andrew should already be gone. Yeah, so
I think so. But I'm a sucker for Marquise Brown. Like I will.
Oh, I smashed Hollywood last year. He was way too. What was he? 9th round, 8th round. So I was.
Can you hear that right now?
No.
Could you hear? There was an ice cream truck going by, bumping. March 1st in the Northeast, an ice cream truck. At what time is it? 6:30.
Yeah.
What is going on?
You don't want your Klondike bar and underdog draft?
There was like bass to it too.
Maybe you just upgraded his whip, bro.
That was wild. I thought I was like, I thought like a video started playing on my computer or something. I was like, what's going on?
I've had that happen to me too much for me to not panic about that.
Right? And I was like, oh no.
I went on stream with Bime for a couple of weeks ago, and I just, in the middle of starting up, I just had to shut the whole computer down because I was like, where is this coming from? Couldn't find it. So yeah, I mean, I do like the 0 RB builds. I'm more of a, I really like the hero RB builds a little bit more usually.
Talk to me like a basketball fan.
So a hero RB build is more like, let's say, I know you don't like Najee, but let's say we took Najee and then we just started smashing wide receiver and everything else, and then waited to take another running back.
Oh, I like that. You know, when you asked me what my build strategy was this past year, that is what it was. Where I end up getting a running back like maybe in the 2nd round, and then pepper. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Okay.
Yeah, so 1st, 2nd round, take that RB, and then you can hammer it more towards the end. And we're doing 20 rounds on underdog now. Last year it was 18. So
yeah, they're like, you gotta take some more guys. Like if I had one complaint about underdog last year, it was like more guys.
Oh, so you wanted more rounds?
Yeah, honestly, probably 24 next year. We got to up it up a little bit more. And I think they should have like a coach only round. I think you should have to draft a coach, and it's like based on it's a little bit tougher. I got to think, and it's based on challenges.
Based on challenges, won and lost challenges.
Yeah, won and lost challenges. It's like a plus minus for challenges.
I think that you should get, if you draft a coach every time they run it on 1st and 10, you get a negative point.
I like that. And on the plus side, and like you get a +1 too if they throw it.
Yes, on 1st and 10. So
yeah.
I think we have a new game here that we are going to trademark and put together. It's
one more. And if you don't use your timeouts in the fucking first half, that's another one.
Yep.
Those don't roll over.
Negative points for each. And if you don't use any of them, then it's a -6 instead of a -3.
Yeah. This is pretty good, Rob.
Yeah, we have figured this out. So we're up next.
Do we go with Detroit's finest right there?
Well, we could do that.
Best wide receiver of all time.
We could do that if you wanted to, or we could do our stack.
Yeah, let's get a little Hollywood season.
Are
we taking it way too early? No.
No, he's normally around 60 or the 56 pick. And that's not something I'm allowing myself to get too handcuffed to anymore either. I feel like everyone's so scared of like ADP and like scrolling down too much. And for me now, it's like, well, if I want this guy and I know he's going to be gone by the next pick that I have, I'm just going to get him. I'm not going to, I think it was, I got to stop saying this on stream, but last year in the 4th round, we were looking at the crop of like 5 wide receivers and I always wanted 2 of them. And I'm like, well, I'm only going to get 1. And it's like, well, why wasn't I just taking one of them in the 3rd round?
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought you were like, why don't I just take 2 at a time? Like, why am I settling for 1 pick?
Yeah. Why don't I just hop on another pick here? And,
no, I love that.
So for me, I mean, it's going to make you a little different than other people too. You're not going crazy out of your way. It's not like you're drafting a 9th rounder in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
You're just moving a guy up. So I've been doing it a lot with Devontae Smith from Philly.
Oh, I love Devontae Smith. All right.
We'll talk about it after this pick.
This is what I'm thinking. Like if we're finally grabbing a running back, is it Elijah Mitchell or is it like too dangerous to throw Elijah Mitchell in there, knowing that he's not even like the best running back on his team?
So for me, I would probably be taking our tight end now.
Okay.
And I would probably be grabbing Goddard.
Let's do it. I love Goddard.
I like him a little more than Hawkinson, honestly. I'm not a Travis Etienne guy.
No, me neither. I got a big rule about like having to play. You gotta play. You gotta play for me to draft you.
You gotta make it into at least one NFL game.
I'm a big play guy.
Yeah. That's same for me. So
fun fact about Goddard. Overzet and I back when, well, I'm still pretty bad at DFS, but back when he was bad at DFS still, we used to split the power sweep together. We'd build 3 lineups together every week and then just get hosed. But we were playing Goddard before it was cool. We were playing him when Ertz was still there and when Ertz was still good. And they were like, well, Goddard's like 400 this week on DraftKings. What if we lock him in? So we've been Goddard bros for a while. We used to call him Go Dirt for a while because no one else knew his name yet.
Right. Yeah. That's Goddard is one of Beimfor's guys. So he's been snagging him up a ton in drafts. That's been one of his
I mean, he's awesome. He's got incredible ceiling where I feel like he can get big plays, but he's also can get you just like 8 for 80 every time.
Yeah. And me and him are both kind of in agreement that there's no clear cut number 1 tight end this year. No. I mean, I guess it could still be Kelsey, but we're not sure on that. So there's like 6, 7, 8 guys that are all like,
Johnny
1A,
Smith.
1B.
Johnny Smith. I've been reading the tea leaves on Johnny Smith. I think this is the year for him finally. More handoffs.
I don't think we can draft a fullback though, is the only thing. I don't think that's a category.
Oh, well, that's another 25 rounds. I want a fullback round.
See, I was the opposite. I was upset they went to 20 rounds.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I don't want 20 rounds. I think it should be like 10.
Just absolutely no variance in this. Just only the best plays.
Yeah, play the best plays.
I just like that underdog was different. Like they were doing 18 rounds when DraftKings was doing 20.
Yeah.
And I thought they should have, even when they were doing their $5 puppies, they should have went down to 17 rounds on those. And then
allowed to slander platforms?
Yeah, they don't pay me. So
okay. I think the user the user interface for DraftKings Best Ball sucks.
Oh, we're going to be doing a whole show on this. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's truly the only reason I don't do Best Ball over there. And because Underdog gave me a promo code for hoops. So
wow,
the only product I use.
I haven't even gotten a promo code for Underdog yet, and I am offended.
If you just start telling people to put promo code King in, I think they'll adjust it. They'll adjust it.
They'll make it work.
Yeah, they'll fix it. They'll fix it.
Dude, do
you know who I see up there? You know who I see? Damian fucking Harris, bro.
Yeah? You want to go with Damian Harris as our first RB?
I don't know. Talk me off the ledge. Who else? Who else we've got? I'm looking at Rashad Bateman, double stack.
We could do a Rashad Bateman double stack. I don't love it, but
no. Then let's not. Who do you like here?
I don't know, dude. It's so tough here. Singletary's probably where I would go here.
Dude, you hate the Pats.
Well, we saw what he could do when he was finally given the workload last year. And
no, you're right.
Taking him, and
they showed some trust in him too. I mean, I was, if that was like a 1 or 2 week sample size, I would have been out on it. But you're right. They let him cook.
Yeah. So if they let him do that again, then great. But if not, it's not going to kill us because we're going to end up taking a couple more running backs. I think of all the guys that were left, it was him or Damian Harris that we could bet on. People are really down on Damian Harris right now too. And
the wrong people. He's been, I mean, like, why? Based on what?
Well, because everybody wants to love Stevenson.
Dude, everybody can eat. That's the thing. There's no more workhorses in this world, and the workhorses get hurt. Okay.
And the other thing is, we could have just got him in the end of the 7th round for Damian Harris. I think Ramondre's going like the 12th round. And would you rather, for me personally, I'd rather have 7th, 8th round Damian Harris than 12th round Ramondre Stevenson right now. And that's not even me hating Ramondre Stevenson.
No, I think that makes sense.
Personally. So we are back on the clock. We could be going Bateman. I like Cortland Sutton.
Yes, that's the pick. Cortland or Juju? I have like some faith in Juju.
Yeah, I don't disagree on that. I think Denver, if anyone does get a new quarterback, it's either them or Pittsburgh, one of the high profile guys.
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh has to, right?
That's what I've been saying all off season. They can't not get a quarterback. That team is too ready to win now. People that are looking for them to get like Malik Willis right now, I'm like, why?
No. What are we doing?
They need to win now. Their defense is built. They have all the skill position players. I don't understand the thought process of drafting a rookie quarterback to play for that particular teams.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Justin Fields just went over Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, I love this. I love this, man. Aaron Rodgers is retiring. That's why he's going to be hosting Knockoff Jeopardy.
You should see Trey Lance is still going very high in these drafts as well.
And where's Tom Brady going, though? Because that's going to be the starter for the Niners.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. I'm like, why are we drafting Tom Brady's backup in the 7th round?
No, it's a mistake. I would like, is there a line? Can we bet on that?
Oh, we should. We would be ostracized from the DFS community, though, if we bet against Trey Lance. People love Trey Lance.
Dude, listen. All the sheep are making the same moves. Everyone's like, I want my quarterback to run. Fuck that. I want my quarterback taking 3 steps and throwing missiles. That's what I want. I don't want any running. I just want pepper. I want peppering.
400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and legs made out of cement.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we look for.
You know who wasn't fast? Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl champion, okay?
First ballot, is he a Hall of Famer or no?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, just let everybody in. Mainly because these conversations suck. Because there's always there's always someone that's like, oh, if you look at the numbers, he's actually forecast as one of the top 7 of all time. It's like, oh, cool, cool. Just let him in then. I don't want to hear this.
So going off that point, I was listening to one of our local or your ex-local stations, 98.5.
Oh my God.
For the first time in probably years the other day. And I'd never realized how bad local sports radio
Dude,
truly is.
And Boston is the worst too. Boston truly. I mean, I'm sure everyone feels this way about their hometown sports radio, but it really is. So who was it? Is Gary Tangway still doing stuff? I feel like I see him in movies.
He might be on TV. He's not
Yeah.
doing radio anymore, but I was listening to Felger and Maz, and they had Adam Jones on, who you thought Felger and Maz are bad. No. Adam Jones does this whole shtick about like just shitting on every Boston sports team, like just in ways that make no sense. Like I'm not looking for homerism, but if the Patriots are 17-0, he's like, yeah, but they should have won by 10 more. Like, it's like, dude, what are we doing here?
No.
What is this stick? So,
yeah, it is. It's shtick. It's absolute shtick.
Yeah. And it's just, I just don't need it. I just don't need it. All right. We're going to be coming back up. Wide receiver is
probably not enough wide receivers taken yet. So, what are your thoughts on Miles Sanders?
So he's one of the guys that I've been smashing.
Yeah.
I think 9th round Miles Sanders.
This feels pretty nuts.
The only backs on the roster right now are him and Kenneth Gainwell. So honestly, it hasn't been every draft, but if I can get Miles Sanders or Gainwell, right now, that's what I've been doing. And I know we already have Goddard, but I don't hate having both of them.
No. Boston Scott, not on the roster, but is planning to get like 12 to 14 carries a week for the Philadelphia Eagles this year.
He'll find a way.
He will.
Love finds a way.
He will.
So these drafts, another talking point of mine for these all the time is I was so comfortable in these best ball drafts last year that you could have told me a round and I would have told you one of the 3 guys I was taking that round.
Yeah.
And that might have been detrimental. But I do not have that problem this year because I don't know what I want to do. Still, I'm on like 40 of these drafts, and I know that we have some real sickos in the chat and the Discord that have already maxed this thing out. But after 35 of these drafts, I'm still like uncomfortable doing them. And after I get past round 3 or 4,
Rob, can I tell you why?
Because it's
March 1st. It's March 1st. Like, Beimfohr just took Deshaun Watson. Like, Deshaun Watson could be on Miami, could be in jail. Like, we don't know where Deshaun Watson's going to be.
But was it because it was the 9-11 pick?
Dude, I love this.
The 9-1-1 pick.
I love this. That's going to be the second hour of this show.
We're just going to talk about Deshaun Watson.
We're going to go over all of the best ball drafts and everyone that's been taken with the 9-11 pick and figure out who did 9-11.
I got a big enough wall back here that we can get some red yarn and we can start connecting these drafts.
All right, here we go. You taking your boy Stevenson here?
Actually, we could take Stevenson here because we didn't take Harris, so I don't absolutely hate it.
And this is what we're in the 10th round.
Corey Davis is nice here too, though.
I do kind of like Corey Davis as well.
I will not take Jacoby Myers though.
No.
So,
dude, I mean, there were some New York people trying to be like, and actually Kenny Golladay was like pretty underrated this past year, and I was like, you can kill yourself. I'm not interested in any Kenny Golladay dialogue.
So this was a big. Me and Beimfohr went through and ranked every offense about 3 weeks ago. And because that's what you do in February, you rank the offenses. He's all in on the Giants this year.
But is it because of Kenny Golladay?
No, it's because they have Dayball coming in as their head coach.
Yeah.
Over from Buffalo. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, Dayball is going to turn that team around. I don't know if he's going to turn it around in 3 months and get that offense firing like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
So
you could talk me into Slayton and you can talk me into Tony. But I don't know, maybe I'm just doing a whole like, is Golladay 48? Like, I'm not interested in a 48-year-old wide receiver, but he's not that old. That's not fair to him.
No, but to your CMC point, that guy's hurt every single year.
Dude, every single year. And he's never I feel like he's never out for 3 weeks. It's like Sunday at 12:48. And they're like, put his helmet on and then like grabbed his arm. Galladay's limited today.
It's either Sunday at 12:48 or it's Sunday at 1:15 and he's just out of the game on the first. Then you're just like, oh well, there goes that $100 that I put.
Yes, exactly.
Kenny Galladay into. Not that I was taking him after week 2 last year, but
no, still,
you know, we still were falling for the Galladay trap for a long time before we all were like, you know what, not doing this anymore.
I'm looking at Sammy in the chat, and I got to imagine Sammy's already maxed out this underdog just based on saying this is true. March Madness, let's go. Like Sammy has maxed out this.
Yes, we had a guy max this out like 2 weeks ago in our Discord.
That is a sign of one of two things: a true professional fantasy football gambler or someone who hates their job. No in between.
Shout out to I Was Inverted. You might have seen him because he's always in these things. But yeah, he maxed this out like 2 weeks ago, and he's just like, "Can you guys please fill this so they can release something else?" I'm like, I'm not drafting anymore after this. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Please fill this so they can release something else. I'm having a tough time connecting with my family, and I need another distraction. On the board again, huh?
So I like both of these running backs here. I like Madison. I like Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, I think I weirdly lean Madison. I don't know why.
Well, Edmonds is unknown because he's a free agent this year. So,
well, there you go.
He could end up absolutely back in Arizona. He could end up as a third stringer or something. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with him.
And for game theory, if you're making a big bet against Dalvin Cook this year, I mean, you're kind of rooting for either Madison's role to really expand because like the talent cannot be denied, or Cook gets hurt, right?
Right. Yeah. So I'm probably going to have one of these things start to be for more real. Then we are going to probably be having a lot more Madison.
Yeah.
We got Bime for committing to the bid. He's got 7 wide receivers. Let's go through our team real quick. Actually, let's wait till our next pick, and then we'll go over our team.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll look at Bime for his team as well.
Like a Van Jefferson, if he's still there, is that somebody you're interested in?
I don't hate Van Jefferson. We can look at the wideouts.
Yeah. That's Russell Gage, if you think Calvin Ridley is gone. Like he popped a couple of weeks. Like he's not going to be consistent, but I mean he won you a couple DFS tournaments.
Yeah, but is he going to be a high enough upside guy for where we were taking him? Don't we want guys that can just smash?
But I'm just looking at this list, right? Like if you're looking for guys who smash, I mean it's either Van Jefferson, and that's where the list ends. Right?
Unless Julio bounces back. Which, that's like a 1 to 5% chance.
Yeah.
We could go rookie George Pickens. And
we don't
know
where he is yet, right? George Pickens, smash. George Pickens. I forgot that was an option. We should have done that in the first round.
Yeah, just start smashing these these rookies. So we'll take George Pickens. All right, let's go over our team real quick.
Okay.
So we got Lamar, Devin Singletary, Miles Sanders, Alexander Madison, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, Cortland Sutton, Corey Davis, George Pickens, and then at tight end we have Dallas Goedert. I actually do like this team. Like we're solid. Our wide receivers are super solid, obviously.
Yeah, and if Lamar comes back in what Lamar can do. This is got some serious upside, right?
It does. So let's check out Bime for his team. His lone quarterback right now is Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Javonte Williams. I don't know why it does this.
Like every time a pick's made, it switches.
Yeah. So that's fun. Let's just do it this way. All right. So Bime for us, Javonte Williams, Debo. So 2 running backs to start. DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Hunter Renfrow. I just can't do Hunter Renfrow in the 5th round. That's not for me. Although he's got Josh McDaniels as his offensive coordinator now.
I just learned he got hired the other day.
Yeah. I'm shocked he left. I thought for sure there was some backdoor deal that he was the next coach in New England, and that's
right?
why he gave up that Indy job.
That's why he screwed over a franchise.
Yeah. So Renfro, Darnell Mooney, Garrett Wilson, Allen Robinson, Deshaun Watson, Tony Pollard, Cole Kmet, Kyron Williams for buying for right now.
I like that. It sucks he's going to come in second.
Yeah. I mean, at least he'll be able to advance. You know,
That's
top
true.
2 advance. So he'll be able to get through to the next round. But we're winning the 50,000 with this team.
Yeah, this is easy.
This is the Lakeville Bridgewater connection.
That's right. That's right. A lot of good football players have come from Lakeville and Bridgewater.
We call this the Route 18.
The friendlies.
The friendlies. Oh, man. So since we're just being super local, my last job, I was driving around a lot, and I was going to a lot of old towns in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and stuff. And the best thing ever was just going through an old town and spotting the old Friendlies building.
Yeah.
It'd be like, that used to be a Friendlies. That used to be a Friendlies, just by looking at the building.
The sign. You can see by the sign that's up that now says like Pep Boys, but you're like, that used to be a Friendlies. So what are our holes right now? Like, looking at this roster, is there something that we like need to address?
I don't think there's anything we need to address. We probably want to grab another quarterback or tight end at some point.
I'm not really interested in. Or did he just go, Ryan Tannehill? What are your thoughts on Irv Smith though?
I think he could bounce back. I'm not super high on him, so this is when I start scrolling down.
All right, scroll.
And
except you get to scroll in 10 seconds.
I'd be more interested in like Khalil Herbert than anyone above this, or Rashard White.
All right, let's do Herbert.
Ooh.
Or White, whatever.
Oh my God.
Robinson. Wow.
My God.
No, dude, I actually love this. This is good for us because Travis Etienne is gonna fail. Is James Robinson still in the Jaguars?
Yeah, but he took that injury at the end of the year.
No, that's good though. This is because not only he's just a comeback story, dude. Everybody roots for a comeback story.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely my fault. I really blew it on that one.
That's okay. Well, Khalil Herbert's still on the board.
So your boy Sammy in the chat, he says he loves this. He's 56 and learning every day. Last year was his first year for best ball, and he's only 15 drafts in. So not to the nuts yet.
Hell yeah, Sammy.
Willis said that he knew that was happening, that we were going to draft James Robinson.
Dude, shut up. Willis, one of like the best people in the YouTube streets, man. That dude is just the best.
Is he?
No, he really is. Willis is like one of the most supportive people ever. You see him in Overset stuff. He's in the Team Hold stuff. He's just a good dude.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Willis.
And somebody took Khalil Herbert. Are you kidding me?
Because they hate us. We can go Ronald Jones. He's a free agent this year. I think the team's going to take a shot on him.
I like it. Let's bet on Ronald Jones.
I think after we take Ronald Jones, though, we're probably done with RB for now.
Yeah. What's up? What are the quarterbacks that are available right now?
So we're looking at Garoppolo. Oh my God, it's gross. How did we let it get this gross?
Derek Carr's already gone. I was so excited to make us take Derek Carr.
Yeah, people took quarterbacks pretty early.
You fish.
You know what they might be doing? They might be trying to lock out Bime4 from quarterback, which he only has Deshaun Watson right now. So.
No, I like it, dude. Dude, best ball's all about convictions, man.
It is. And it can hurt you pretty bad sometimes, as I learned last year.
What was the thing that burned you the most last year?
Oh, dude, I was all in on Chicago last year. I think I had 30% Fields, 28% Cole Kmet.
And then Andy Dalton waved his ginger eyebrows at you, and you were like, God damn it.
He's like, you ready to watch this? And I was just like, no, sir, I am not. I am not ready to watch this. And the best was when they did bring Justin Fields in, and they just left it as the Andy Dalton offense.
Yeah, they're like 3 steps. Yeah. All right. I really don't know what to do. What about Evan Ingram?
I'm not opposed to Evan Ingram. We could take a shot at Trey McBride. He's supposed to be a first-round draft pick for the tight end position.
Yeah, this is a rookie team.
We're probably gonna get pipped now. We're a little early on saying stuff, but screw it. I mean, we can go McBride, we can go Ingram.
What if this is a deke though? We were like just kidding on. Oh, was it you looking at Jameis Winston? I saw. I knew you were, dude. Lock it in. No, we're actually really excited to take Dre McBride with our next pick. And if we don't take Dre McBride, we're gonna take Evan Ingram or Jahan Dotson. Is that a soft J?
We're definitely taking Myles Gaskin next. You shouldn't take him from us at this moment.
Is that Moonman? Moonman, I will fucking kill you, dude. He's already got 2 quarterbacks. If he takes Jameis Winston right now, I'm gonna be furious.
So Winston's fun.
Jameis is probably QB3 this year, right?
What do you mean?
He's going to be the 3rd highest scoring quarterback in the league.
Well, let's hope so, because we're taking him.
Yeah, I think these rankings are wrong. He's going to be going right in between Mahomes and Josh Allen, I think.
Hey, he just started running yesterday, so that's a good sign for us.
I thought he was well on his recovery. This is again March 1st best ball draft. If he just started running now, that's fine. He's got plenty of time.
So much time. There was like a video of him in like a McDonald's. Like it looked like he was in this little corner office right off the highway, running on like this treadmill that had like bubble wrap around it. Of course. It's like, all right, well, that's what we're doing with Jameis this year. So
of course, that's where he's running, is the McDonald's.
Classic Jameis Winston. Yeah, these drafts are not as easy as last year, man. You kind of, by the end, you kind of knew, like, even the 18th, 19th, 20th round where you were going. Now you're like, I don't know. Like John Mechie, of course. We went to high school with him, right?
Household name John Mechie. Hell of a craps player.
Used to shoot the dice with him down at Foxwoods all the time.
How about Raheem Mostert? What's he gonna do?
I like Mostert back here.
Yeah.
He's a free agent, so he could end up back in San Francisco. But anywhere he goes, he's gonna get some work.
He's great. He gets hurt all the time.
And gets sniped as soon as we start talking about him.
Who did it?
Sam
Chudry, dude. What the hell, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Joke's on you because we're a Mechie team.
Well, we can take Ingram now.
Yeah, I like Ingram here.
So we take Ingram, get our second tight end. Yeah. And I think we're still could be done with tight end if we want to, because we have Goddard and Ingram. Yeah. Ingram also a free agent, as we brought up before, but he's one of those guys that I think could sign a 1-year deal. Like if he goes to the Chargers, I always freeze because I always want to say San Diego. Always want to say San Diego.
Well, but San Diego's nice this time of year. Maybe he does go to San Diego. No, I love that. I love that, him going to the Chargers.
On a 1-year prove-it deal. And
I can't wait for the hype to grow around the Chargers again, just to make us all furious around week 9. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
Do you want to be furious? I saw what the Cleveland Browns are going to offer David Njoku per year. Want to guess how much money they want to offer him?
It's money. I wasn't sure if they were going to offer him money. It was going to be something else. What is it?
I mean, I would probably offer him like, I don't know, like a car or something.
Yeah,
like a 1998 Toyota Corolla, but
Ford Taurus. What are they offering him?
Like they're gonna be offering him like $10 million a year.
Is he like the best blocker of all time? Like what? Because he's not doing catching stuff.
Yeah, he's not. Well, I mean, that's what we care about, and I don't know. Like he should have been better. We thought that he was a receiving tight end, and I just think that offense is awful.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm old enough to remember getting burned on Njoku like years ago. Like this is I don't see it, but yeah, I guess maybe Baker's just bad.
Probably when we were still in a league together.
Yeah. Probably.
Still run that league, sir. That league is still going strong.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Same people? Am I the only one that left?
It's rotated a little bit. We can take Overzet's favorite player, Sky Moore.
Yeah, let's do that. Just in case there's any Overzet fans in here, let's just do that to spite them.
Even though I made that Sky Moore video, but we'll leave that alone.
We'll leave that alone. I swear to God, my lighting is changing. I feel like I'm getting more and more yellow as the stream goes.
Well, it's just because you're getting sick that we're doing a draft in March, and
it's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is. No, that fantasy league, I've managed to get it up to a $205 entry.
What's the 5 for?
Well, because what we started doing, and this is a home league that we've run for like I think 12 years now, guys. So, what we had switched the league to is we were doing high score payout every week.
Oh, right, that's right.
So it was 200, but I had to throw an extra 5 because now there's an extra week. So
yeah, I think the last year I did it was 200. I think that was the last year that I did it. Yeah. I am so bad at. It's so funny because I'm like a decent DFS player, and I'm just so bad at like redrafts or season. Like I'm just so bad at it. It's like I stopped caring about it once the season starts. I'm so bad. But it took 5 years of me just like funneling money to friends before I was like, hey, you don't have to. No one's going to be mad at you. They'll find somebody.
Everybody in that league was bad, though. That's the thing. We were all bad. Yeah. My friend Jackie has come into that league and just started smashing it every year, just winning every year.
Dude, is Chuck still in that league?
No, he's gone.
Dude, we got to get Chuck on Spike Week.
No, we don't.
Get Chuck, we'll just call it the whole crew. I can't remember anybody else's name. Doogie, what's Doogie doing?
He's still playing poker, bro. They're all still playing poker. Alex is still in the league.
Man, all right, I gotta save that for later. We can't, can't be doing. All right, we're on the clock. Carson Wentz, lock it in. No, all right, what are we looking at here? We just more wide receivers, right?
Yeah, we're probably we can get. I don't really want to do Quez Watkins with the 2.
KJ Hamler.
You want to do Hamler?
Let's do Hamler.
Let's do it.
He missed the season, right? He got hurt.
I think he got hurt.
Yeah, early. You know what I just saw? I saw the little note next to his name. It said, "No longer on crutches."
That's basically our entire team. So it's Winston,
I love that.
Hamler.
Most people's notifications are like, yeah, bench press 380 and then just caught 9 balls for 2 touchdowns. We're like, he can walk.
Our little car bit Willis Dodge with the Stratus, 2000 Dodge Stratus. I think that's a
Dodge Stratus.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
People report to me.
Back when I used to watch Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I still watch it. I like more like a hate watch, but I still watch it.
Is it a hate watch?
Yeah, man. I was like submitted to write for them a couple of times, like submitted like writing samples and stuff. But you know what, my friend, that's too strong to say friend, but Bowen Yang, I like run in the same comedy circles as him, and it's cool seeing he's like a superstar on that show. So
that's nice.
It's cool seeing him crush.
That's good. I've tried to watch it a few times. I think the last time I went back to it was when Eddie Murphy went back.
Yeah.
So
I cherry pick hosts. Like I'll go back and watch Mulaney being on there because I do like Mulaney quite a bit.
Yeah, I should have watched that one because I do like Mulaney as well.
But you're right. It's super hit or miss. Super hit or miss.
I mean, it always was, but it just, I don't know. I feel like comedy in general, not stand-up comedy or any of that, but more movies and stuff. Like, what's the last great comedy movie that's come out in the last 10 years?
No, movies, it hasn't happened.
Which is sad.
No, it's like TV now. You got to find TV shows. You're right. Movies, but I'm like I mean, this is a whole different show, right? But the movie industry is so weird now because there's just like there's like a few different avenues to make a movie. You can either do something like really super artsy that might win an Oscar, or you have to spend $272 million with somebody in tights. It's like those are the only 2 options.
Don't hate on the comic book movies.
No, I love them, but I'm just saying those are the only 2 things that make money now. Are you kidding me? I'm stoked for Robert Pattinson. Like this week, it came out today. Next week,
I think it's coming out like tomorrow or Thursday. Have you seen the reviews on it?
I haven't.
Like 10s across the board.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm a Pattinson truther. I've been saying it for years, dude. Get Pattinson more roles. He's not a one vampire pony.
All right, what do we want to do here?
I think we go young with AJ Green. Man,
do we want to take Carson Wentz as the 3rd quarterback? Or
dude, let's get Carson Wentz out there. Carson Wentz is going to win at least 2 weeks for us.
All right, let's take Wentz, and then we'll just smash another wide receiver to end it.
I unsubscribed to the Ryan Russillo podcast this week because his guest who was on was talking, or no, I think Russillo was talking up Carson Wentz, and I was like, this is where I draw the line. I don't need to listen to podcasts telling me why Carson Wentz actually isn't that bad. I can go listen to something else.
Like that guy went from an MVP caliber player to one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
In a short period of time.
He's also just not fun. Like there's certain quarterbacks who are bad that are still kind of fun to watch. Carson Wentz is like, it's a stressful thing. It's like watching a friend get too drunk at a party. And you're like, this sucks, man. Like, I know, cool, dude. You just did 5 push-ups, but I know in like an hour, this is going to be way worse.
So it's Dave. So what I've been doing in the 20th round, dude, is I just start scrolling down and I'm just like, who's a guy not getting drafted that I can take a shot on?
Tre'Quan Smith.
I've been going Laquan Treadwell.
Yeah, Treadwell. Actually, I like that. You know who I kind of like too? This is going to be gross, but we also just drafted Carson Wentz. Our man Ashton. No, scroll down the other way. Doolin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Nice. I feel like he had a couple of like down the stretch. I know it was mostly because of injuries, but he had a couple of like big plays. This is solely from me catching him on red zone like 2 times.
But was it in a hot tub like Overzet?
That's right.
All right, let's run through our team and let's run through Bime4's team, and then I'll let you get out of here. Since you are joining me at 9 p.m. for my other show.
Yes, sir.
So we got Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown. You know what? Let me just do it by position because people are going to lose their minds if I don't. All right. So our quarterbacks are Lamar Jackson, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, Devin Singletary, Miles Sanders, Alexander Madison, James Robinson, Ronald Jones at the running back. Wide receivers, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, Cortland Sutton, Corey Davis, George Pickens, Sky Moore, KJ Hamler, Ashton Doolin. And then at tight end, we got Dallas Goedert and Evan Ingram.
We're loaded at tight end. I like that we have a couple of guys without faces on that roster. I think that's huge for us. What's first place?
50,000, I think.
That's cool, dude.
Crazy, right? A draft that's going to fill in March 2nd probably, and
like we don't even. First. I love that. I love that they're going to give out $50,000, and we don't know like where 5 quarterbacks are going yet, but still someone is going to get $50,000. Underdog's the best.
Let's take a look at Bime4's team. So at quarterback, he had Deshaun Watson, Mitchell Trubisky, just absolutely crushing it at the quarterback spot right now.
I love this. I don't think he should have drafted a quarterback, period. I think he should have just leaned into this harder.
Well, Trubisky is being touted as he's going to be a starter somewhere this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's a free agent and this draft class does not look great.
Okay. All right. I take my sass back. And like, listen, if Watson does end up on a team and not jail, I mean, he could really, he could really do something.
I just imagine he plays this year. Anyways.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, Tony Pollard, Kyron Williams, Darrell Henderson, Keyshawn Vaughn, Damian Pierce.
I like his running backs.
Well, let's add Debo to his running backs, but he has Debo Samuel, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Hunter Renfrow, Darnell Mooney, Garrett Wilson, Allen Robinson, Robbie Anderson, Christian Watson. And then his tight ends are Cole Kmet, Trey McBride, Kylan Granson.
I think we should do a side bet for $50,000 too with Bime4. Like who
has more quarterback points at the end of the season?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's
who has more points, Trubisky or Evan Ingram?
Oh, I don't like that bet. We're gonna get crushed on that one.
I feel like it's pretty close, dude.
All right, well, let's see. Your buddy Dustin is in the chat, and he's actually not asking. He's not asking about the Lakers, so that's fine.
Good. Who's the best? So for those that don't know, Dustin landed legendary Kyle Pitts on NFL All Day. So
I did see that.
Yeah,
I was very jealous.
He is shopping that around for, I think, the tune of $10,000.
Well, Kyle Pitts is going to be one of the top tight ends in the league this year drafted. Yeah. So he's going like 3rd round right now. So
yeah, I love it. I love it.
Hard not to pump him anymore.
And especially because he like strung together a few. Hey, there we go, Willis. Hell yeah. I told you Willis was the best. He
Lakers
like strung together
the worst.
Yeah. He strung together like a few good weeks there towards the end, like some consistent weeks.
He had a great rookie season. The problem is he only scored 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So like if he had scored 4 touchdowns, narrative would be different on him.
Dude, you know what it is? It's Matt Ryan, bro. Because it's the same shit happened to Julio Jones. That was Julio Jones's problem. Now it's Kyle Pitts' problem. Calvin Ridley was like, I'm going to sit out this year because I don't want that on me, you know?
Yeah, let me get this trade. Yeah. All right, everybody. I want to let Mike go. He is actually going to join me tonight on an episode of Hometown Ghost Stories. So if you're not subbed to that, you should join that. Completely different show, but we still have a lot of fun. So that is at 9:00 tonight. And if you are not subscribed to Spike Week, make sure you sub, like, and go like Team Hold with Mike and Dustin and
Greg.
Greg, that's what it was. I knew it.
You're good.
Greg
Dunbar.
Dunbar.
That's right. Awesome, dude. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. This was a lot of fun. We should do this again at some point.
Definitely.
All right. Later, everybody.
See you guys.